Okay, before I turn in for the night, and tomorrow morning I have to have a little chat with some Canuck fans, but we'll leave that for tomorrow. We've got 3 games on tomorrow, and one of them is a matinee, so I'm going to start with that one. Because 10 hours from now, the San Jose Sharks and New Jersey Devils are going to hit the ice. San Jose's 2-2-1. New Jersey is 2-0-0. These are really different ends of the spectrum. And yet for people who watch my power rankings, you know they're right next to each other on the board. San Jose is scoring at three goals per game. They're allowing 3.2 goals per game. This is not goals against average because that includes overtime and then it becomes a different number. This is just per game. Their power play is at 11.1%. Their penalty kill at 75%. That power play has to be good. Look, you've got Carlson and Burns on the point. You have to have a good power play with those two back there. LeBanc still leading the way in scoring with a goal and 4 assists. Kane has 4 goals. And then Myers there with 2 goals and 1 assist, which means in 5 games, that's your top scorers for San Jose. This is supposed to be an explosive lineup. Aaron Dell, .917 save percentage, which is decent, a little above average. Jones, .859. I would expect Jones to get the start in the morning because he's had some time off. And come on, you've got to throw Jones in there. Even though New Jersey is 2-0-0, their goals for per game is 5.5, and their goals against per game is 1. It's pretty solid. Their power play, 33.3%. Penalty kill, 87.5%. I know, it's a small sample size. Goals by Palmieri, he's got 4 of them. Zajac's got 2 of them. They're the leaders. Nason and Boyle both have a goal and an assist in those 2 games. Kincaid, save percentage, .950. That's not bad. That's pretty good. I like Keith Kincaid. I've always liked Kincaid. I think he's a middle-of-the-road starter. But if New Jersey is this good, and remember, Taylor Hall hasn't shown up on this list yet. Hall's looking for a big game, and San Jose's in town. It might be time. This should be a pretty darn good game. I'm expecting low scoring, which means there'll be about 8 or 9 goals in this game. There's been a lot of scoring the last few days in certain games. And you get Vegas and Philly where there's 1 goal. But there has been some high-scoring games. And this could be one of them as well. Next up, Anaheim, 3-1-1. St. Louis, 1-1-2. Anaheim, 2.6 goals per game, 2 goals against per game. Their power play, 23.1%. Penalty kill, 80%. Jakob Silfverberg, 2 goals, 4 assists. Maxime Comtois, 2 goals and 2 assists. Henrique, 2 goals and 2 assists. Ryan Miller in relief tonight had a 1.00 goals or 1.00 save percentage, meaning 1,000. Or I guess 1.000. Gibson is still at a 944. I would expect Miller to play this game. For St. Louis, their goals for per game, 3.25. Goals against, 4.25. Not good enough. Power play, 30%. Penalty kill, 84.6. Keep the power play and penalty kill where they are and get your 5-on-5 numbers in order, St. Louis. Shen leads the way in scoring with 2 goals and 3 assists. Perron, 4 goals. O'Reilly, 4 assists. He had those early, and we'll see if O'Reilly's cooling off. In what I saw of the game between St. Louis and Chicago tonight, I was not very aware O'Reilly was on the ice hardly at all. So that's probably not good. Allen, 878 save percentage. He is bringing that up. It was at 818 two games ago, so he is bringing it up, but that's still too low. And Anaheim and St. Louis, both teams should be looking for wins after what happened tonight. Anaheim against Dallas and St. Louis against Chicago. And we'll see what happens between the 2 of them. Anaheim should be the more tired. It's a longer drive. Like they drive. It's a longer flight to get to St. Louis than it is for St. Louis to go from Chicago to St. Louis. So for what that's worth, you know, it'll be an interesting game. But I would hope that St. Louis will win it. And I've had a request for me to start doing predictions. I'm not good at predictions. I'm honestly terrible at predictions. But maybe I'll give it another week and I'll start try to predict games. But it's really hard to do that early in the season because it's unpredictable. Look at St. Louis. We thought they were going to be a contender this year, potentially, with all the additions. Maybe it takes longer to get those additions going than we had anticipated. And last but not least, you've got Carolina. You've got Winnipeg. Carolina 4-0-1. And their big test now is going to be Winnipeg 2-2. Winnipeg's going to be rested. Carolina's coming off of the emotional win over the Minnesota Wild. and they've got a lot of momentum going for them. 4.4 goals per game, 3.0 goals against per game. Their power plays at 10.5%, penalty kill 68.4%. So they're killing it 5-on-5. Aho with 4 goals and 6 assists. Williams with 1 goal and 6 assists. And Teravainen with 1 goal and 5 assists for the Carolina Hurricanes. McElhinney's save percentage has come down to 900. Mrazek's at 841. I would think Mrazek gets the start tomorrow against Winnipeg. Winnipeg is only scoring 2 goals a game. They're allowing 2.5 goals a game. So they're low-scoring games, and they're winning half of them. So Winnipeg is just sort of in a holding pattern. Their power play is at 20%. Their penalty kills at 85%. Your leaders in scoring, Connor with 3 goals and an assist. Wheeler and Scheifele both have a goal and 2 assists in those 4 games. So they're on pace for 60 points. It's still really early. And Hellebuck is the only one who's taken the net so far, and he has a .919 save percentage. So we're at that stage now where big games on Saturday and then, or big days on Saturday for a ton of games, then the rest of the week we're just kind of waiting around. Thursday and Saturday are the big days. So Carolina could come out of tomorrow night looking pretty darn solid. If they can start off 5-0-1 and beat the Winnipeg Jets at home, they will start being talked about as not just off to a hot start, but hey, maybe they're a playoff team this year. I'd expected it last year. Remember last year I said Carolina would make the playoffs and they failed miserably, which probably colored my opinion of them. Because remember, at the end of last year, I'm like, all right, I'm not taking them again. That's not happening again. And now they're 4-0-1. So I don't know. Anyways, there's your 3 games. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.